EastEnders undergoes a flurry of cast changes in 2024, with major exits like Whitney Dean and returns including Nadine Keller and Big Mo Harris. Shona McGarty departs after 15 years as Whitney, while Jay Brown's former flame Nadine resurfaces. Layla Morse reprises her role as Big Mo, promising more drama in Albert Square. Who is joining, quitting, and coming back to EastEnders? Everything that has changed in Albert Square that you need to stay informed about. There will be a plethora of new cast members joining, returning, and leaving EastEnders as 2024 progresses. Following the significant departures of Tom Araki Cotton from prison and Keanu Taylor's death in 2023, we can anticipate further significant changes for the Enders cast in the near future. Here's a helpful update from RadioTimes.com on who characters will be joining, departing, and returning to EastEnders in the upcoming months. Who's on board now? Who is not in? Which rumors are accurate, then? For all the most recent information about EastEnders cast changes, continue reading. Cast of EastEnders 2024. The current regular cast of EastEnders is listed here, with each character's first appearance ordered. Taleforth, Jillian, as Kathy Cotton. Sharon Watts, played by Letitia Dean. Ian Beale, played by Adam Woodyard. Martin Fowler, played by James.
Bye.
Cindy Beale, played by Michelle Collins. Phil Mitchell, played by Steve McFadden. Bianca Jackson, played by Patsy Palmer. Sonia Fowler, played by Natalie Cassidy. Peter Beale, played by Thomas Law. Billy Mitchell, played by Perry Fenwick. Wallace in the role of Kat Mitchell. Patrick Truman, played by Rudolph Walker. Alfie Moon, played by Shane Ritchie. Russell Clay Milner as Bobby Beale. Yolanda Truman, played by Angela Winter. Freddie Slater, played by Bobby Brazier. As Stacy Slater, Lacey Turner. Jean Slater, played by Jillian Wright. Honey Mitchell, played by Emma Barton. Dean Wicks, played by Matt D'Angelo. Chelsea Fox, played by Zara Abrahams. Playing Denise Fox, Diane Parrish. Grace in the role of Janet Mitchell. Jamie Jossa in the role of Lauren Branning. Jay Brown, played by Jamie Borthwick. Jack Branning, played by Scott Massillon. Penny Branning, played by Kitty Castledine. Regarding Will Mitchell, Freddie Phillips. Whitney Dean, played by Shona McGarty. Amy Mitchell, played by Ellie Dodd. Kim Fox, played by Tamika Empson. As Lily Slater, Lilia Turner. Ricky Branning, played by Frankie Day. Tommy Moon, played by Sonny Kendall. Lexi Pierce, played by Isabella Brown. Linda Carter, played by Kelly Bright. Johnny Carter, played by Charlie Suff. Elaine Peacock, played by Harriet Thorpe. Bert Moon, played by Elliot Briffett. Ernie Moon, played by Cody Briffett. Pearl Fox is Aria Harris Buckles. Ollie Carter, played by Harry Farr. Catherine Deneuve as Jade Massoud. Louis Beale, played by Jake McNally. Arthur Fowler, played by Rocco Brenner. Michael Raymond Fox is played by Jose Pamaris Caliste. Bernadette Taylor, played by Claire Norris. Hope Fowler, played by Isabel Smith. Callum Highway, played by Tony Clay. Vinny Panesar, played by Shiv Jalota. Suki Panesar, played by Balvinder Sopal. Zach Hudson, played by James Farrar. Harvey Monroe, played by Ross Boatman. Howie Danes, played by Delroy Atkinson. Eve Onwin, played by Heather Peace. Ravi Gulati, played by Aaron Thiara. Tara Misu/Felix Baker, played by Matthew Morrison. As Denzel Danes, Jaden Ladega. As Devinder Nugget Gulati, Juhaim Rasul Chowdhury. Chowdhury Navan as Nish Panesar. Rice Caldwell, played by Johnny Freeman. Colin Salmon in the role of George Knight. Gina Knight, played by Francesca Henry. Anna Knight, played by Molly Rainford. Priya Nandra Hart, played by Sophie Kahn-Levy. Avani Nandra Hart, played by Aaliyah James. Gideon Clayton, Pastor Howard Sadler. Eddie Knight, played by Christopher Fairbank. Gloria Knight, played by Elizabeth Council. Stevie Mitchell, played by Alan Ford. Brittany Wainwright, played by Lola Campbell. And these are the upcoming cast changes. Going away Whitney Dean is leaving when? Mid-2024. After 15 years, actress Shona McGarty left her EastEnders character Whitney Dean. Early in the upcoming year, the enduring character from the BBC One soap opera Whitney will bid adieu to Walford, but how will she go? McGarty made the following statement on Sunday, speaking only to The Sun: "I have decided to spread my wings and will be leaving EastEnders. I've enjoyed my time on the show. I have been trusted with some incredible storylines and have made amazing friendships and family, which will endure." According to a newspaper source, Shona is hoping the door will be left open for her character to return one day, but nothing is guaranteed and it is all in the hands of the scriptwriters. According to RadioTimes.com, McGarty chose to leave at the conclusion of her contract, and she will stop appearing on screens in the spring of 2024, giving fans a few more months to enjoy Whitney's on-screen appearances. The returning fan favorite Bianca Jackson's stepdaughter, along with her children Liam, Tiffany, and Morgan, was the character's first appearance on EastEnders in 2008. Whitney's most well-known narratives include her sexual abuse as a child by Tony King, her sexual exploitation by boyfriend Rob Grayson, her stalking of Tony's son Leo, her trial for Leo's murder, the murder of her boyfriend Kush Kazemi by serial killer Gray Atkins, and her numerous failed relationships, including one with her husband Lee Carter. Whitney most recently started seeing Zach Hudson following the couple's decision to abort their pregnant child Peach, who had been diagnosed with Edwards syndrome. After that, the two started fostering together, but they now have a new path ahead of them since Whitney is once more pregnant by Zach. Whitney got back together with Bianca before leaving, and she recently paid to house the unstable Brittany Wainwright, Lola Campbell. In an August 2023 interview with Inside Soap magazine, McGarty stated, "Whitney deserves a happy ending as a viewer and after playing her for so long. When is Whitney going to have her happy ending, is a common question I get asked both online and in person. I believe the moment has come. Bringing Nadine Keller back. What time will Nadine Keller be back? April of 2024. When previous love interest, prostitute, and drug dealer Nadine Keller comes to EastEnders, widower Jay Brown is going to be in for a shock. We can anticipate seeing actress Jazzy Phoenix back on our screens in the upcoming weeks as she has officially stated that she would be playing her role again and has already filmed her comeback scenes. Jay was in a dark place when he met Nadine, but things got even worse once they got involved, an insider told RadioTimes.com. Jay cut ties with Nadine when he understood he needed to make changes in his life, and they haven't communicated since. We don't know why Nadine returned. Fans will have to wait and see what effect the character's comeback will have, even though it appears to be just a temporary assignment for the time being. Large Mo Harris. Big Mo Harris is coming back when? Spring of 2024. Actress Layla Morse will return permanently to her legendary role as Big Mo Harris on EastEnders, the show has confirmed. The character last made a cameo appearance at her granddaughter Kat's first wedding to Phil Mitchell in 2022, after leaving the serial opera in 2021. Big Mo will now make a second appearance alongside great-grandson Freddie Slater following his first appearance in a TikTok spin-off series. As far as RadioTimes.com is aware, Morse has already begun filming. Mo's return to television is scheduled for the spring. "I'm delighted to be coming home to Walford to bring Mo back to life," she stated in reference to her return. "I have a very particular place in my heart for EastEnders, and I am so excited to see both old and new faces again, as well as my on-screen family, who are like family to me." Chris Clenshaw, executive producer of EastEnders, continued, "We are incredibly happy to have Layla Morse return to the role of Mo Harris. The Slater family has seen a great deal of turmoil since Mo last appeared on TV, even though her absence from the square was brief. This will not change upon Mo's return. We are thrilled to have Layla return on a permanent basis, as she will be a part of the action alongside our great-grandson Freddie. So all we can do is wait and see what happens to bring Mo back." EastEnders has hinted that trouble is sure to follow Mo wherever he goes. What is she up to these days? Freddie Slater. When will Freddie Slater make a comeback? Spring of 2024. Bobby Brazier, who took a hiatus for a time on Strictly Come Dancing 2023 and its associated live tour, will be returning to his beloved role as Freddie Slater. After being bailed for attempted murder after a violent altercation with his former instructor Theo Hawthorne, who had been stalking and subsequently attempted to rape Freddie's cousin Stacy Slater, Freddie was spotted earlier this year on his way to meet his mother Little Emo Slater. The Slater family plotted to stage a crime scene that gave the impression that Theo was armed, and Freddie's repeated strikes to Theo with the iron were just acts of self-defense. Brazier's return won't happen until the spring, against Big Emo Harris, because he signed up to participate in the Strictly Come Dancing tour and participated in Strictly. Executive producer Chris Crenshaw teased Freddie's return by saying, "In terms of Freddie, he obviously left after a huge storyline in which we saw a very, very different Freddie. We've not seen him kind of act in that way before, although I think we understood exactly where that was coming from." RadioTimes.com published the tease. He stated that, when Freddie returns, he's probably done a little bit of growing up since being away. Shirley Carter. Shirley Carter is coming back to EastEnders when? TBD. Shirley Carter, a beloved character on EastEnders, abruptly left Walford just after Christmas in 2022 after her son Mick Carter appeared to have passed away. Shirley bid goodbye to friends Jean Slater and Denise Fox and departed the square with Lady D the dog, deciding there was nothing left for her in Walford. She would be staying with her daughter Carly Wicks and her family. Then, in February 2023, we learned that Shirley had made her off-screen reconciliation with her son Dean Wicks, who had sexually assaulted Mick's real love, Linda Carter. When Dean made his horrifying comeback on Halloween, he said that Shirley had gone through a mental breakdown, been placed in a hospital, and that Linda had changed her phone number and no longer had anything to do with her. Linda was dubious of Dean's assertions, but she was unable to communicate with Shirley, so it is still unclear what became of her. Actress Linda Henry, who has been absent from our screens for more than a year, is taking a long leave of absence from the program. Shirley had not left the serial opera permanently, the BBC assured RadioTimes.com at the time of her departure, and she will return. Additionally, in the autumn of 2023, Chris Crenshaw informed us that Linda Henry was taking a vacation from the show. But you know, after Mick vanished last year, when she left with Lady D, that wasn't the last time you would see her. That much I am certain of. What is Shirley's opinion of the Knights, the new family at the Queen Vic? Which EastEnders characters left the show in 2024? The following EastEnders characters have left the show in 2024. Martin Ashton Harold, Sam Mitchell, Karen Taylor and Keanu, Lucas Johnson, Ben Mitchell. Which EastEnders characters left the show in 2023? The following EastEnders characters have left the show in 2023. DCI Samantha Keeble, Ricky Butcher, Redhead Butcher, Edward Chadwick aka Jed, Ryan Malloy, Dr. Ash Kaur, Highway Vi Shiv Shifty Shiv, Roxy Mitchell Boyd, Duncan, Lola Pierce Brown, Lauren Bradley, Layla Baker / Louis Beale, Joe Cotton, Taylor Peggy, Lisa Fowler, Arthur Chubb aka a Fat Boy, Foster, Graham, Gates, Dorian, Keller Nadine, Hawthorne, Theo, Karen Taylor, Baker Mitch, Baker Bailey, Mackenzie Atkins and Mia Atkins, Keanu Taylor, Rocky Tom Cotton. Which EastEnders characters left the show in 2022? In 2022, the characters listed below left EastEnders. Ikra Ahmed, Mila Marwa, Keone Marwa, Gray Atkins, Baker Keegan, Tiffany Butcher, Baptiste Isaac, Aaron Monroe, Avery Baker, Nancy Carter, Highway Rainey, Stuart Highway, Roland Highway, Dana Monroe, Harry Lewis, Ms. Nina Gupta, Panasar Kirat, Lofty Holloway, Mary Smith, Dissa O'Brien, Beale Ian, Colin Russell, Barry Clark, Cotton, Kirsty Adati, Jada Lennox Alyssa, Mick Carter, Janine Carter, Shirley Carter. Please subscribe our channel.